Hi, welcome to Magpie Moonchild. My name is Kayleigh. This is a deck walkthrough unboxing of Tarot of Unknown Shadows by Dark Synevyr. I don't know how to pronounce that. Synevyr is what I'm going to go with. I have other decks by these. Production. It's like they do several decks. They release a few. I think it's almost monthly. They're almost coming out now by these people, by Dark Synevyr. But this is Pink Pain, which I also have. I will link the video up above, which is also by them. And this is the Savron Forest Tarot. This was the first one I got. I think I've got a few more on the way from them. They're very quirky, some often darker decks, and I kind of love that. This is actually a second edition for this deck. There was a first edition. They've released the second edition. This is the Kickstarter. I backed the Kickstarter, but I've just backed the deck tier. So it has this tuck box, which feels petal-like. It's really weird. It's different material to the other boxes, that's for sure. So yeah, it's got this gold gilding on there. Hopefully you can see that. Yeah, the embossed gilding on there. Tarot of Unknown Shadows 2020. Complete 78 card deck with divinatory instructions on the sides, and then the bottom 100% biodegradable. I love that. And then Tarot of Unknown Shadows on the top. I mean, the finish of this box is amazing. So there we go. Tarot of Unknown Shadows is made by using a unique technique of a collage, a truly alchemy art of our time, by assembling different parts of old photographs from 19th and early 20th century. The infinite possibilities of time and space travelling are open for us. Every cut part hides its own memory, traces of previous experience, destinies, desires, carries an infinite sequence of connections and progressions of the past. Thus, the total sum of all these fragments, no matter how small, large, or irregular they are, unfold the hidden content into the future. By reading it, we indeed rip a hole in the fabric of reality. And then there's social media links, which I'll put down below for this. I don't know if they're a publishing house. I don't know if they're like a tarot deck publishing. Gold edging. This is really nice. I love that their tuck boxes are like this though, because if you get a tuck box that has this opening both ends, you tend to get a card or a booklet that skips up. So I love that they have that sealed bottom, and I'll get to that in a minute. This is the booklet that comes with it, and it's got this gold edging. I kind of don't like that that's not flat, but we'll see what if that causes any problems. It shouldn't do. On the bottom it's fine, but the top it's a bit caught. I don't know how. But anyway, it's got this gold edging. That's scuffed there and bent up. That's a shame. Yeah, that's a little bit disappointing. At some point I'm going to have a deck that comes from here that doesn't have something in the experience that's... It's the second time I've had a deck and it's not quite finished, and it's smudged there on the edge of the book. Anyway, Tarot of Unknown Shadows. It's gilded again on the side, on the top, embossed, and it has this weird plasticky feel. And again, there on the booklet on the edges, it's smudged there as well on the corners. Let's have a look at the book. Okay, so we have contents there, and then it goes into straight into the explanation. So you've got the major arcana, you've got the name of the card, and then an explanation about it. Magician, Empress, Emperor, High Priestess, all the way through to the World, and then it goes straight into the Ace of Coins, Ace, 2, 3, to the 10, and then it goes Page, Knight, Queen, King, and then into the Cups, the same. Knight, King, and then we go into the Swords, the Ace of Swords, 2, 3, all the way through Page, Queen, King. There's no Knight of Wands in the... Sorry, Knight of Swords. There's no Knight of Swords in this booklet. The Ace, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, Page, Knight, Queen, King, and then it goes into the Russian version at the back of that book. So it's the same, but obviously at the back. And then, sorry, So yeah, and then it goes here are 3 basic aspects we rely on. And then it says 3 and then there's 4 points. So that doesn't make sense. And then to stay informed, and then it's got their social media links, and then it's plain on the back of that. Sorry, there's a beam of light coming through there. Let's have a look at the deck itself. So hopefully that won't have the same printing issues as the booklet, although there's already marks there. I don't know if that's part of it. So that, as always, they come with this peel packet. Always reminds me of an Imperial Leather soap. Does anybody remember the Imperial Leather soap that you'd have to peel open to get the plastic off? Let's have a look. So this back, it has this embossed foil on it, back with this scuffed. I think this is the point of this, it's supposed to be scuffed because they're all slightly scuffed in a different way. It's really cool though. I kind of like that Art Deco-y pattern that's kind of scuffed up industrial style. So this is, it says light on it. I think that says light. So is that like an extra card that comes with it? I don't know. Then we have the Fool, and it has all these foiling aspects to it. Bear with me, I'm just going to try and shut that. Sorry, that beam of light was like really right where I didn't need it to be. So you've got this foiling embossed on there with the flower. So you've got the Fool. Then we have the Magician, and his eye is foiled. And then we have the High Priestess, the Empress, there it is, the Emperor. He's gilded up, but the Empress isn't. His gun's gilded up. The Hierophant, so you've got the collar and the cross and the ring. The Lovers, the Chariot, Strength, the Hermit, Wheel of Fortune, Justice, the Hanged Man, Death, Temperance, the Devil, the Tower. That clicking noise is where they've been stuck, so they're just popping apart. The Star, the Moon, see, the Sun. Oh, why did I leave Death the other way around? So we have the Sun, Judgment. I love that the trumpet is all gilded up there, and the World. And the moth's details is done there. Ace of Cups, the Two of Cups, the Three of Cups, the Four of Cups. I'm just doing it back and forth so you can see the foiling. The Five of Cups, Six of Cups, the Seven of Cups, the Eight, the Nine, the 10 of Cups, and then we have the Page. I love the bird sitting on the wire. The Knight, Queen of Cups, and then we have the King of Cups. We have the Ace of Pentacles, or Ace of Coins, the 2, the 3, 4 of Coins, the 5, 6, 7, 8, the 9, the 10 of coins. Then we have the Page, the Knight, the Queen, the King. Then we have the Ace of Wands, the 2 of Wands, 3 of Wands, the 4, the 5, 6, 7, 8, the 9. I love that they're these parasols. The 10. Then we have the Page of Wands, the Knight of Wands, the Queen, and the King. And then we go into swords. So we have the Ace of Swords, the 2 of Swords, the 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10 of Swords, the Page. The Knight is in here. He's actually still in the deck. Just because he's not in the book doesn't mean he's not in the thing. Queen of Swords and the King of Swords. And then we have Shadows. So I'm assuming there's a light card and a Shadows card in the deck. No divinatory meaning, which means you can use it for your own, with your own intuition, which is kind of cool. That's peeling slightly on that card. Which card is that? 6 of Cups is slightly peeling. Some of these cards are starting to peel at the side there. That is the, and that one, the Page and the 10 of Wands are starting to peel. There's quite a few that are peeling. Ace of Swords. Yeah, there's quite a few actually. I don't know if, yeah, look, that's got all ripped and pulled. That's the tuft of the cards. They're not all like it. There's quite a few that have pulled here. I don't know quite how that would happen. I've never had a deck of cards where this has happened before. Yeah, the 6 of Cups is actually, you can actually see that's, if you have a look, you can see that's actually paper that's rolled back, pulled back. Yeah, that's unfortunate. Yeah, they feel a bit, I mean, card wise they're quite thin. They bend, they stay a little bit bent, but that's, they're quite thin, so that's probably why. You have this gilding on the edge, which you can see some places it has pulled and paper a little bit, but yeah, no, that's stuck to it. I don't know if that's got caught in some part of the process, but I like the industrial embossed back. That's kind of cool. The cards themselves are matte. They're not gloss. They have a sheen. Shuffling over themselves. Yeah, they shuffle fine over themselves. It's just a shame, like that one is, it's quite, you can see that's paper. That's the texture of the paper inside the card. So I don't quite know what's happened, but that is a real shame, because the deck, the artwork itself is beautiful. It's dark. It's got these retro photos, and I love that it's got this gilding on it. It's just a shame that the deck has these broken bits on the card. I mean, I don't even mind that the design on the back has eked onto the front. That kind of works with its retro funky design, but the actual parts where it's, because these are like, if you can see, the gilding has come over the side, but on some of them it is actually torn paper. It's not like that one. It is actual torn paper. It's not gilding coming over. That's actually torn paper. So I don't know if this effect where it comes over with the embossing has torn the paper and pulled on it or something, but yeah, because some of them, like these, have got the gilding where it's like coming over to the other side. That's actually paper. That's not printing. That's paper on that one there. That's just a real shame. Page of Swords is proper paper tufts. This is an example that it's got, this is the Ace of Swords. It's got part gilding, part paper torn, peeled. Yeah, that's a real shame. There's the 10 of Wands. It's also got paper tufts. You can see that's a tuft coming off, not gilding. That's a real shame. That's a real shame, production, because as I say, the backs being all this industrial Art Deco that's sort of patinaed over the years. I love that. I love that effect. It's just a shame that, you know, that's missing in the booklet, and then you've got these cards that they've got actual bits ripped out of them. Other than that, it would be a really great deck. Whatever that one is, it's actually done it on the other side of these cards. It's actually papers pulling on that side there as well, and that is the 10 and page again. So, like, that's actually paper, not gilding. Are there any others that are like that? That one there is paper, knocked and pulled as well. What one's that? There's Knight of Cups. That one's got paper tufts pulled on it. Page of Cups. Oh, there's one there. Eight of Wands. There's quite a few cards that you can see. They're paper tufts. That's not gilding. That's a real shame. That is a real shame. Yeah. It's kind of tarnished it a bit, which is funny because it's tarnished on the back. But yeah, the fact that it's torn and the book's not finished properly with these smudges over. I don't know. I really like points that I love. I love the artwork. I love that it's got this gilding on it, or, you know, foiling on the images. I love the patina Art Deco on the back. I love that. The feel and texture of the box in this book, I can't explain it to you. It's like velvet rubber. If that's like petal, rubbery, but like petal texture, like a proper thick rose petal. I love that. I love the texture of it. It's just that damage on the cards, and the fact that, you know, you can look over the fact that there's one of the cards descriptions missing in there. You can look over that. That's whatever, because how often do most people use the books if they collect text? That's fine, but well, it's not fine, but you can forget about that. But when the cards are actually damaged, that's a real shame. Because I kind of like the matte gold edging. I really like the matte gold edging. It blew me away when I first saw it in the top. But then obviously you've got all these puckers and pulls from the deck, and it's just on the front of the cards and the back of the cards, and it's just a real shame, if I'm honest. That's kind of let it down a little bit. Overall, it's a great deck. I just don't think that damage has sold me. It just feels like I get these decks, like Pink Pain, I had issues with getting the deck in the first place, and then when it did, obviously it had some damage to the box and everything, and now this deck's coming through. I'm wondering what their quality control is within, obviously, production of these decks. I have the Lonely Ice coming. I have a couple of the other ones coming, Witch Folk. I don't think I'll be ordering any more if these next decks come and they've got this sort of damage again. I mean, the box it came in was great, so this time it didn't get damaged because it was in this proper structured box. But so the outside of the box was fine, but inside it's actually been damaged in production. So maybe they need to look at quality control issues within the factories that they get them produced in, but we'll see. Anyway, overall, it's a lovely deck, has a lovely wise vintage feel to it, and I love vintage. It's just a shame of these quality issues. That's the only thing. But yeah, let me know what you think down below, as always. And I will see you again soon. Bye for now.